With everything going on, it's been quite a while since we visited a timeline that doesn't involve the gods quite as much. In Dragon Ball Super's original manga, a new arc has begun and taken off pretty quickly as Granola's race against the clock begins to defeat Frieza before his life runs out. A similar situation seems to be taking place in Boruto as well, as Boruto himself is in a little bit of a race against the clock to get rid of Momoshiki before his transformation is complete also. In a totally different realm, however, where the power of Saiyans has taken a completely different path, Vegeta finds himself in a situation very strange, even in the world of Dragon Ball. When we last left off in Dragon Ball New Age, after the defeat of Vegeta's brother Rigger, Vegeta finds himself out for the day with his daughter Brawl when things take a sudden turn for the worst. Even though the threat of Rigger has been neutralized for the time being, another demon has risen. In the middle of town, a strange being has emerged that begun feasting on the civilians as Vegeta barely makes it in time to save Brawl from meeting the same fate. As Vegeta and the demon move their battle to a more deserted area, it becomes quickly apparent that Vegeta's overall strength far surpasses the demon's. However, a being like this has many tricks up his sleeve as he informs Vegeta that his true power comes in the form of his magic. This is an original fan manga by Malik DBNA called Dragon Ball New Age that takes place years after the end of GT as we find ourselves in the subconscious of Vegeta himself battling it out with his own mental and emotional capacity. When we last revisited this manga, Vegeta, who thought he'd previously defeated this demon, has nearly been taken over by him as they battled in his mind. In order to dissuade Vegeta from using his full power at first, the demon takes the form of his daughter Brawl, but Vegeta would never be fooled by such an illusion. This battle between father and daughter would prove futile for the demon as Vegeta overcame this obstacle, but this is when he takes it up a notch. What the demon does next is deploy several copies of Vegeta infused with his demonic magic, but not only that, all of these shadow copies seem to possess Super Saiyan as well as they go on to overwhelm an already weakened Vegeta. With his back against the wall, Vegeta's rage and pride explode as he's forced to release a massive amount of energy to destroy all of the demon's Super Saiyan puppets, transforming into the incredible Super Saiyan 4. Exhausting himself almost entirely, Vegeta has released his ultimate power, blasting away all of the demon Super Saiyan copies of himself, but the Puppet Master is still remaining in the shadows of this long-fought battle. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball New Age for yourselves, the link as well as Malik's Twitter will be posted down in the description box below, so be sure to go check them out and show the homie some love also. Be sure to have those notifications turned on by clicking the bell icon down below to never miss an upload as soon as they go live, and if you have been enjoying all of the anime content recently guys, consider leaving a like on this video as well. It really helps out a ton with growing the community, so thanks a ton in advance. Don't forget to follow on both Twitch and Twitter to stay up with me and all Dragon Ball and anime related content, but without further ado. Our next chapter of Dragon Ball New Age begins with Vegeta in the midst of this heated battle with the Demon God after transforming into a Super Saiyan 4 at the last minute. As he catches his breath, he notices that he no longer feels the demon's ki anymore. His ki is so hard to read, even when he's right in front of me, Vegeta says. All of the shadow puppets are gone too, but if I did beat him, then why am I still here? Why don't you just drop the act already and show yourself, Vegeta says. I know you're still here. How astute of you, a dark voice says from the shadows. You animals are almost intelligent, aren't you? I figured as much, Vegeta says, realizing the demon is still amongst him. Where are you hiding? Don't mistake my patience for cowardice, the demon says, still not visible to Vegeta. I am far from hiding. One cannot hide when one is everywhere. So what then, Vegeta says back, waiting for another chance to steal my energy? You won't get a chance. Steal your energy? Is that what you think this has been about, the demon asks? Perhaps I gave your intelligence too much credit. You see, he goes on, I can absorb the life force of weaker beings directly, but a being as powerful like yourself requires me to inhabit your body in order to absorb it. When I entered your body, I couldn't possess you outright, he says. Your pride and spirit were too strong. I needed to weaken your spirit first, he says. That's what this has all been for. Once your spirit is weak enough, you won't be able to fight me off. Then, you'll be mine. This angers Vegeta even more as his power begins to flare with the demon continuing, saying that forcing him to fight and eventually weakening his spirit in that fashion was all it took. By making you fight physically, you burned yourself out a lot quicker. I'm guessing you had to burn quite a bit of power to kill the Shade Puppets, he says. He set me up right from the beginning, Vegeta thinks to himself angrily. He tricked me. He laid it all out from the start and I waltzed right into his trap like some fool. And don't think you've done anything to slow me down, the demon says to him. Taking your form was all a part of my plan. But to me, forms are meaningless. In here, where my magic power is limitless and everywhere, in one with everything, he says, as his dark aura begins to manifest within all of the debris around him. All of a sudden, dark aura begins to attack Vegeta as he tries his best to fend it off. This is when a ginormous being is formed purely from the dark magic as Vegeta is frozen from shock. What in the name of, he stutters as the demon shows his true form to be much more fearsome than we ever thought. What do you think of this, mortal? The demon says, laughing maniacally. What is this? Vegeta yells. Just what are you? What am I? The demon replies. I am the personification of darkness. I have existed since the stars were mere infants. It is from me that all fear, nightmares, and evil are born. I am darker than all night and older than all light. The eternal, incorruptible evil. I am the king of all demons. I am Elijah, he says, finally revealing his name. As Vegeta utters his name once more, Elijah extends his dark influence, attacking Vegeta again. This time Vegeta is barely able to dodge these attacks and eventually he's pierced right through the shoulder by the dark aura. As Vegeta shrieks in pain, Elijah continues to antagonize him, saying, "What's this? Seems as though your spirit has grown too weak to keep up with me. It's time to end this little game," he says. This is when Vegeta, paralyzed from that last attack, begins to be completely consumed by Elijah's dark influence as his magic swallows him. The last image we see inside of Vegeta's psyche is him being consumed by darkness as Elijah has finally stolen his perfect vessel. All of a sudden, Vegeta's eyes rip open in the real world as he regains consciousness. Vegeta is seen gasping to catch his breath as he quickly begins to feel the effects of Elijah's dark power coursing through him. This scene kinda reminds me of when Vegeta was taken over by Babidi as he struggles for control over his body. However, it seems like Elijah's magic may even surpass Babidi's as Vegeta is just reduced to a vessel. This is when Elijah's power within him erupts, causing Vegeta to let off quite a bit of dark energy infused with his Saiyan power as he begins to transform. As his hair begins to grow and his body begins to change as well. This is a foreign power to Vegeta that he now has no control over as Elijah manifests itself within him. In one final eruption of power, Vegeta's transformation levels the entire wasteland as a new menace is born. Now this is more like it, Elijah says, finally having taken over Vegeta and gained his awesome power. This is Demon God Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, born at last after fighting off every threat from the Demon God he could, until finally falling victim. A battle that will shake the entire universe is soon to take place. However, this new fusion of Vegeta may prove much more troublesome than possibly even Rigger.